Hello, friends. Greetings. This is Patty Bennett. I am excited that you're here with me today. We have a little different view today. Instead of you viewing my hands and my desktop making a card, we are chatting in my craft room today. If you're catching me live, you're going to see a little red live button up in the corner on Facebook, and it should be Friday, February 16th, 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you're watching a replay, I would invite you to jump ahead about 2 minutes because I'm logging on a little early just to make sure that all the technology is working today. There have been a few hiccups this week, and I'm hoping that everything is good. So if you're watching live, say hi, give me a little comment or a thumbs up or a heart or something to let me know that you're here, and then we will get started in about 1 or 2 minutes. Just going to pull up. Yay! I'm always happy when the feed is in the right place. That's awesome. All right. Hey, I see Jeanne. Hello. Thank you. Lovely to see you as well. So happy that you are here. Oh my goodness. It's going to be fun today. Hi, Terry. Hi, Debbie. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Randy. Hi, Judy. Welcome. Welcome. I started just a couple minutes early, so you haven't missed a thing. I'm just making sure that everybody has a minute to find the live and that it's streaming in the right place, and then we will get started. So if you're wondering what today is about, if you didn't see my blog today or the ad on Facebook, we are going to be talking about my 5 favorite essential things here in my craft room that I like to have kind of at my fingertips, within arm's reach. They are things that help me be more efficient, keep organized, and they actually just make my crafting experience better. And so as we go through these things today, I will be interested to know if any of you do the same things that I do or enjoy these same tips that I'm going to share with you. But I also would like to hear things that really make your crafting experience better and things that you like to do in your craft room, because maybe it's something I haven't tried and maybe it's something that I would like to do. So we'll kind of have a back and forth here today during the live. I think we have about 1 more minute and then we will officially start. So let me just catch up here. Oh, in Australia. Hello, Shauna. Nice to see you there. Paula and is it Corinne or Karine? Probably Corinne. Some names I'm not sure how to pronounce, so forgive me. Hello, Michelle and Shan and Paula. Hi, Esther and Beth, Judy, Randy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in. We are going to officially start. I think it is the top of the hour, so we will get going, and I will just reintroduce myself and reintroduce our topic for today. So I am Patty Bennett. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I will be celebrating 29 years as a demonstrator coming up in just a couple of months. Can you even believe that? I love what I do. I love to create and craft and share with you. I've grown over the years, both my crafting space and my supplies, but also, you know, how things have changed, adding Pinterest and Instagram and YouTube videos and blogging. Speaking of blogging, I blog at pattystamps.com, and I have over 6,000 blog posts for you there. So if you're ever looking for some inspiration or updates or anything, you can hop over there, and you're also welcome to sign up for my newsletter. pattystamps.com/newsletter will get you to the sign up form. So welcome again. If you're watching live, today is Friday, February 16th, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And this is part of my Friday Live series. Next week, we will be crafting again, so don't worry. But today is a little different. I am sharing with you 5 of my favorite things here in my craft room that help me be more efficient, help me keep organized, and just make my experience better. And just like a little note that you know, we all work differently. Different things are going to help different people to stay organized or be creative, or there are different things you might want to have at your fingertips than I do. So I'm not saying this is like the, you know, the only right thing, but this is what helps me. So you do what helps you in your craft room. Maybe some of these things today will help you, and then we will chat back and forth, and I'll check and see if you learn something new today, if you like these ideas, if you do something different that might help me. So number one, let me just give this disclaimer. I've done this on every one of my organizing and craft room tour videos. I like to craft with my supplies at my fingertips. You can see by my craft room here, my craft space, that I have a lot of things out within arm's reach, and that's how I like to craft. Now, I admire the beautiful craft rooms I have seen on YouTube that are nothing but some white cabinetry and a big white countertop, and nothing is out. Everything is put away. I think they're beautiful, but that's not how my brain crafts. My brain needs to see all the color. I need to have my supplies just within arm's reach. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I don't want to get up and go get things. I don't know what that says about me, but I like to have things close by. So my first tip out of my 5 things today is my essentials that I like to have right on my desk within easy reach. So it's actually kind of a 3-in-1 for tip number 1, but I'll show you these 3 things, kind of 4. There's kind of a bonus that I just need to have right here. First thing is I just have this little craft tote, plastic tote. A lot of the things I'm using today are available on Amazon and also at TJ Maxx. If you have a TJ Maxx by you, that's a great place to get little plastic tote things. You can use, you know, an empty cardboard box. You can recycle something. It doesn't have to be something new. I'm just showing you what I use. But I know this is going to be backwards, but iDesign is the brand of a lot of the things that I have picked up either on Amazon or at TJ Maxx. Anyway, this is about a 4x6 little tote, and I have my adhesive essentials. So my dots, my tear and tape, my dimensionals, both large and mini and black and white. And then if you've watched my videos, you know I have lots of adhesive sheets that I like to cut up. I have packs and packs and packs, but I just keep a couple of packs of sheets here. So this is kind of number 1. It sits right on my desk. I love this right here, handy, and I just reach for that all the time. Next to it, and this is really like my number 1 thing, but like I said, you're getting kind of 4 tips in 1 for number 1. This makes me so happy, keeps me so organized, and I love this. So this little tote, this one is actually 6x6 by 3 inches tall, and it is also by iDesign. And it holds all of my Stampin' Up! Embellishments. So let me show you what is in here. These little plastic sleeves each hold a different pack of embellishments. And you can see I've got pretty large labels at the top. My eyesight is not the best. I will be 65 next year. I've worn glasses since I was 3, and every single year my eyesight has gotten worse. So I relabel a lot of things with a really big font. I'll show you my label makers in just a minute because I know that will be your next question. But I just put the Stampin' Up! Packaging right inside these little sleeves, and then I label them with a large font. If you haven't used these, I'm going to encourage you to look on Amazon. They are by Avery. I know it's backwards. I'm sorry. That is what Samsung phones do on lives, but that's okay. So they're by Avery. They are called 4x6 vinyl envelopes. And if you see this packaging where it shows a passport, you'll know for sure that you have the correct thing. So what I love about these is they're super sturdy. I keep reusing them. So like I kept this one here just to show you. This one was the glow in the dark bats and ghosts. I'll just peel that off and I'll put a new sticker on it with the new annual catalog or new online exclusive release. So I just keep reusing them because they're really like, they're just super sturdy. There's not really a way for me to show you that, but it's not like a cello bag. Cello bags get ripped down the side really easily for me. These are really, really sturdy. So I love them. And I also love that basically, I'm going to say about 90% of the Stampin' Up! Embellishments fit right in here. Once in a while, the package is a little bit biggering. Biggering? Wow, that's not even a word. I don't know where I got that word. Let's start that over. Once in a while, the packaging is a little bit bigger, wider than this. And so I just take like a large pair of scissors and I just trim. In fact, I think this one is. You can see how I've cut off a little bit on the side there. I just trim it down just a little bit and then it fits right into these little plastic sleeves. So this box stays right here, right next to my adhesives. And those two things right there just make me Patty Dictionary. I know, biggering. I don't know where that came from. Sorry, people. That's embarrassing. Anyway, those two things just make my life so happy to have them right there, sitting right here. I love them. And before I show you part 3 and 4 of tip 1, I know I snuck in 4 things on tip 1. I will show you my label maker because everybody always asks about this. I'll just unplug it so I can lift it up here. This is a Brother P-Touch Cube. Brother is the brand. P-Touch is the name of this, and it's a cube. And this is a Bluetooth connection to an app on my phone. I type in those labels, like, for instance, rainbow dots, and I print them out. You can either have the option of telling it how long or wide you want the label, or you can just let it print at its largest capacity. So I've done both. And this is a great little handy dandy printer. I love this thing. It sits right here on my desk, always plugged in and ready to go. Recently, I shared this other one with you. This little labeler, super tiny, was under $20 on Amazon. And by the way, the Brother one is available on Amazon. It is called a Nimbot, N-I-I-M-B-O-T, Nimbot. And this prints out little labels. Let me show you the roll. They're pre-sized. So like this roll happens to be blue. You can get different colors or white or clear, but you can see they're about like 1.25 inches long. So if you needed a bunch of things that were all labeled just in a smaller size, this little thing for under 20 bucks, what a deal. It's been amazing. So it also connects with an app on your phone. So those are the 2 things that I use for labeling my embellishments, my, sorry, I just noticed, I don't know why I have ink on my thumb. I haven't even stamped today. Like what in the world? Anyway, my dies and my DSP and my embossing folders. So I use those to also do that. So let me show you part 2 and 3 of tip number 1. Do you need your re-ink them? Sorry, I'm not sure what that meant, Margaret, but I've shown you this before. This makes my heart super duper happy. This is my die cut container of happiness. I know that my die cutting fairy is on here. Tammy Savello lives a couple miles away and she helps me with die cutting so that I have lots ready to use for my customer thank you cards and my projects. I have little sleeves with different die cuts in each one. I don't have them labeled. You could label these with the name of the set, but usually the name of the die set is not really that important to me. I'm looking for like a specific size or shape. And these little plastic envelope thingies you can use different things. I've used baseball card sleeves for these. I have also used they are, they come taller and they are a bookmark, and I just chop them in half and I use both sides. So whatever, or these could be cello bags, but whatever works for you. But this is part of my desktop happiness area that helps me be organized. And then just the last little part of this that I'll show you is I have a drawer full of clear blocks, but I also have my most used sizes in this little clear tray. It's like a utensil organizer for a drawer. And this sits right on my desktop. So I grab these first. And if whatever I'm working on needs more blocks, they are actually right down in that drawer down here. I have a drawer full of blocks, but these are just my most used. And so they stay right on my desk. And that just sort of helps me be quicker about stamping and not take time to be looking through a drawer or opening drawers or whatever. So all of that is part 1 of my 5 top tips. And I'm going to pause a minute and see if there were any questions. And then we will go on to number 2. So hang on just 1 second. Yes, Pauline uses the die sleeves that come with your Stampin' Up dies. And those are great for using for your embellishments as well. That is also a great thing to use. Let's see. Oh, good. Thank you for catching me live. So glad that you are here, everybody. Okay. Oh, a lot of you are agreeing on keeping things close by. I will tell you just a little side story here. When I first moved into this space, it was 1998, I think we moved here. I had a lot of wood cabinetry in here. It was just pieces that we had moved over from our other house. And I found that wood cabinetry, wood doors, and storing things behind closed doors, I would forget about them. And then like months or years would go by and I'd open up those cabinets. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I never used that. Now it's all retired. And if you know, if you've followed me for a while, you know, in my business model, I only use current products. And so then I would kind of have wasted those products that were now retired. So I like having things out, open. Like I said, the craft rooms I've seen where it's just all beautiful white cabinetry and everything is all behind closed doors, they're all beautiful, but it doesn't work for my style. So that's why it might look a little cluttered, but for me, it's what I use and everything is available. So hang on, I'm just going to look through the rest of these live comments and then we will go on. Oh, asking to show those sleeves again. Yeah, they're by Avery, and I'm sorry, I know it's backwards. 4x6 vinyl envelopes, and if you see the picture of the passport, you'll know that you have landed on the correct item. I just love those. They're awesome. They are so awesome. All right, let me see. No, you can never have too many blocks. Yeah, especially if you know the cruises that Kirsten and I have been hosting. I mean, we each bring, oh gosh, I think we counted. How many blocks did we each? We each brought like 50 or 60 blocks on the cruises. So yeah, we both have a lot of blocks. So Joan says, I don't have that much room on my desk for all that stuff. And that's fine. You know, I'm just saying that this is what works for me. And on my desktop, I like to keep that handy. You can put it in a drawer, on a shelf, wherever you need to put it. Michelle says, how do you find a die cutting fairy? Well, I am very blessed that Tammy is willing to help me with this. And I usually purchase some extra sets of dies for her and give her the white cardstock. And then I will just say, I'll tell her my favorites. I'll be like, well, I need 50 of these and I need 25 of those. And it's so wonderful. I just love my die cutting fairy. Yeah. Oh, a couple of you are asking about the clear blocks. I use hand sanitizer and a microfiber cloth, and that's how I wash them. And there's different ways to do it, but that's what I do. Hand sanitizer works amazing. And then if you wipe them off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a cloth or you can get these. I buy these by the billion at Sam's Club, these little alcohol wipes. You can wipe them with those, but that's how I clean them. And I actually do have a video here on YouTube somewhere about cleaning clear blocks if you want to see it. It's nothing spectacular, but that's what works for me. Right, Chris Ann is saying out of sight, out of mind. That's how my brain works. If it's out of sight, I don't use it and it gets wasted essentially. So it's around, all my stuff is around me, just how it is. Let's see. Hi in New Zealand. Let's see what else. Oh, Joanna, I think I just answered your question about cleaning your blocks. Okay, let's see, anything else? Yes, and the alcohol wipes, Michelle, I do use those on my paper snips as well. They are great. Another tip for your snips, you know, the Stampin' Up! Paper snips are great for paper, but I don't use them when I am cutting anything sticky. So I have the titanium or non-stick scissors for cutting sticky, and I have them in about 4 sizes. They are just, for me, they're fabulous. This one even says non-stick. I got them at Staples, and that way I don't even have to clean them because they don't get sticky. So there's another tip for you. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is the other thing I like to have at my fingertips is right in front of me. I have all of my 50 Stampin' Up! Ink pad colors and all of the colors of Stampin' Blends that Stampin' Up! Sells. So I took a picture of it, and this will be on my blog tomorrow, but this is what it looks like when I'm looking straight ahead in front of me over here. So I have, you can see, in kind of rainbow-ish order, this container or organizer is from Stampin' Storage. It is white. They offer white and they offer natural wood color like the ones I have for my paper. I will have all of the pictures of all of these things that I've shown you, and I'm not going to provide Amazon links, but I will tell you what the things are called and the dimensions. That's all going to be on my blog post tomorrow. So that will be February 17th. You can check back there tomorrow if you want to see any of these brand names. I will link to Stampin' Storage. I am an affiliate with them, but I will not link to Amazon. I'm not affiliated with them, and I just would never want someone to get the wrong thing if something went haywire with that. But anyway, so things like this will be on my blog tomorrow. And I've shared this before, how I came up with this. It's kind of a loose rainbow order-ish, but I have the reds and the pinks and the oranges and the yellows, the greens, the blues, and the purples and the browns. That's my rainbow-ish order. The blends are in the Stampin' Up! Holders on top, and they are kind of mimicking what's below in the ink pads. I love this. My crafting life, like, it's all about color. I love color, and I love the rainbow order. If you've seen me share that before, you know that my brain works best. If I want red, I look at all the reds. If I want blue, I look at all the blues, and that's how I choose my colors. The great thing about trying out the rainbow order is that you can always change it back. If you don't like it, you can change it. You can go back to color families or whatever, right? So what I do love is the options that we have. And I love just being able to grab my colors of ink pads right there, the blends, because those are obviously what I use the most to craft with for color. And there we go. So it's right there, and I love it. So that's number 2. Number 3, you can see them probably right here over my shoulder, are my my blending brushes. Let me grab it so you can see it closer. I'm just going to turn it around here so you can see it better. This holder is from Stampin' Storage. It comes in natural wood. I used a can of spray paint to spray paint it roughly the same color as the handles of the blending brushes, so that it just kind of blends, like, it just sort of, well, you don't see it, and you see the color. Now, let me tell you a little story though, because a lot of you are saying that's a big investment. That's a lot of money. I get that. I started with just about, it was either 9 or 12 brushes. And I would use one for all the reds, one for all the pinks, one for all the yellows, one for all the greens, blues, purples, etc. And I had a smaller holder. Stampin' Storage offers this holder in several sizes. So I had a smaller holder. And I thought that's all I'm going to need. But as I started using the blending brushes more and more and more, because I use them a lot in my crafting, I thought, well, maybe I need like 12 more. And so I got 12 more. And then I thought, you know what? If I'm going to have 24, I might as well just get 50. I mean, I might as well have one for every color. And so I did. Now, I don't use every single color. Like, I don't tend to blend much with, I'm just looking at the colors over here, like the grays and smoky slate. I just don't. I'm more about the brighter colors. So in hindsight, did I need all 50? Probably not. Probably more like 36 I probably could have gotten away with. But anyway, it's done. It's done. I have all the colors. I do have them labeled on the back. And this download is free on my blog. If you want all 50 colors of labels, I will repost it on tomorrow's post. Hang on, let me write myself a note because I will forget to add that. Please hold. I do that all the time on my Tuesday lives with my team. I'm always like, hang on, let me make a note because I'm all about the notes. Anyway, you can download that for free. It's on the Avery label sheet with the 80 labels on a page. So you can download that if you want. And I'll show you another way that I use them. So you might want to print it twice. But anyway, I do have those labeled, but they're on the back so that I don't see all of those labels on the front. And I pretty much know what all these colors are. When you use them as much as I do, you don't really need to see the color. You know what it is. Now, somebody had asked me, was it Wednesday that I went live on here real quickly, about cleaning the brushes and using them for multiple colors. So let me just address that really quickly. If you want to do that, you certainly can. But if you clean them, then you have to wait for them to dry before you use them on another project or with another color. I don't have time to wait to let them dry. I need to use lots of them all at once. I use multiple colors on a project. So waiting for them to dry doesn't work for me. If it works for you, go ahead and do it. Perfectly fine. The other thing is, and I've found this to be absolutely true, the more you use a brush with a color, this one is real red, then the more saturated this is, the less ink you have to use off of your ink pad every time you go to use the brush. So you're not wasting as much ink. If you had a perfectly clean, washed brush from the last time and there was no ink in it, you would really have to soak up a ton of ink off of your ink pad to get enough ink on here to really make it work well. So this way you barely have to, touch it on your ink pad and you've got a lot of ink there to use. Once in a while, I don't even ink them. I just pick up the brush and I use it because there's enough ink left there. So those are my reasons for not washing them and not reusing them and just keeping one per color. Again, I know that's a big investment. So if you're just sort of starting out with them, I would say just maybe make a list for yourself, but I bet you would find that you could probably get away with about 12 or 15. So one for dark reds, one for light reds, dark blues, light blues, dark greens, light greens, yellows, you could probably use all the same one for light, light purples, dark purples, one for browns. So about a dozen. I really think you could get away with that. And if you love this and you want the whole shebang, then you can just keep buying them and you can just keep adding to it like I did. But that's my suggestion, and that's my number 3 thing of what I love in my craft room and what makes me super duper happy. And then right above it, you will notice my cardstock wall of happiness there. So that area has the 8.5 by 11 size Stampin' Storage organizers. And I have had those for a long, long time. If money were no object, I would replace them to the new white ones that they offer. But then, you know, what would I do with those? It's kind of a waste. I could paint them, but I just haven't done that. So there you have it. They're still in natural wood. It's fine. They're fine. But I did replace this wall in front of me with all of the white pieces, and I love that. But anyway, they are also in rainbow order. I try to keep 2 packs at a minimum of every color at all times, because normally when I am crafting, I am making something for my thank you cards, and I send 40 to 60 a week. So I make a lot of cards. And so I need to have lots of packs of cardstock. I don't ever want to run out. So mine have about 2 packs in every little section. And hang on, I meant to get this out and I forgot to do that, but I'll show you. Stampin' Storage also sells these dividers. They are larger than 8.5 by 11. So when they are on, or in, I should say, when they are in the little cubby hole for each color, they stick out. And that is the other place that I put the label of colors. So again, that free download will be on my blog tomorrow if you want to print that out. So I used one set to label all my dividers for my colors. I used my other set, it's hard backwards. I used my other set to label my my blends, blending brushes. So if you want to download that tomorrow, that will be free on my blog. It's been on my blog. You might already have printed it, but that's what I use to label them. So next to the 50 colors in rainbow order, I have the white and the vanilla, and then things like window sheets, vellum, trying to think what's under there. Window sheets and vellum, there's something else under there. And then those are the neutral colors, like the grays and the browns. I don't mix those into my rainbow. And then here, I have the larger ones that hold the DSP. So those are all of my packs of 12 by 12 designer paper. The last tip, the 5th one, I'm going to show you this. This is the other thing on my desk that I absolutely love. It looks like somebody just cut PVC pipe and glued it together. And if you were handy enough, I'm sure you could do that. But it's also for sale on Amazon. The maker is Boon, B-O-O-N. And I love this thing. So you can see what I have in here are my snips, bone folder, I still use these. Sorry, Stampin' Up, but I love my old pokey tool. Anyway, I have my Wink of Stella and spritzers and water painters. I have larger pairs of scissors. I have my drafting triangles and my small 6-inch rulers, my little T-square and X-Acto knives over here. I love this thing. And I am guessing more than one of you is saying, but why do you have like 8 bone folders and 6 pairs of snips and so many pokey tools? I'll tell you why. I have this thing when I'm crafting where all of a sudden I can't find my pokey tool. I can't find my bone folder. I don't know. I know it's here and I waste too much time looking for it. So I just grab another one. And then when I clean up, I'm like, well, there's bone folder number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. I don't know how it happens. It happens. I must be, I don't know, maybe nobody else does that, but it happens to me. And so that's why I have several in there. Now, if I crafted differently, maybe if I was neater or something, I could probably get away with just a big coffee mug with 1 pair of snips, 1 bone folder, Get it? It probably would work, but I don't know, it just doesn't work. So those are my 5 favorite things in my crafting room. And as I was making that list, I thought, there's so many more things. Like behind me, I have my die cutting station. I have my Carl cutter for larger projects. I have my paper drawer of happiness. I mean, I have so many things around me that are fabulous, but those are like my really essentials that I love. So hang on a second here. I see tons of comments going by. Let me see if I can catch some of your questions. Oh, good. Renee has her ink pads the same way. Let's see. Yeah, blends are amazing, aren't they? They are so fabulous. I love my blends. Oh, Kathy loves the rainbow order. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm glad the tips helped for cleaning your scissors and your blocks. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, okay. Michelle is mentioning about 50 of the smaller brushes. You can see, this is so weird backwards pointing, but right here, I do have this little thing. I got this from Stampin' Storage, and it's just kind of rubbery and you can stick tools in it. So that's my entire collection of the small blending brushes. I don't use them as much as the large ones. So far I've gotten away with that many. Yeah. Oh, Marianne is saying she never cleans hers. Yeah, I don't clean mine either. So let's see. Yes, Johanna, you can use the daubers. Of course you can. Less expensive. Yes, that's a great alternative. Let's see. Hang on. Just Debbie, welcome. First time. Thank you for joining me. Oh, okay. Good thought here. Chris Ann keeps hers in clear cases from the Dollar Tree. That is probably a great alternative. Joan is saying, so on blending brushes, when colors expired, you clean them or throw them away? Both, actually. So on the last year, and now I can't remember the color, but there was a color that was really close to a new color. And so I just sort of wiped it off on paper. I relabeled it and I just added the new ink color to it. And so I did reuse it. There were a couple colors that expired that there was nothing close with the new colors, and I just let them go. There weren't many though, but there were a few that I just dumped. So yeah, but you could do either one. You could certainly wash it and then redo it. Julie is asking about the DSP. So I do have in each of those, I'll show you. I have my DSP in these great sturdy envelope sleeves from Stampin' Storage. I do have them labeled, and I do put the scraps in with the full pack. So I keep them all together. Let's see. Oh, yes. And Connie, you're right. Multiple bone folders and chamois for class. That's another reason I have a lot of them. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Any other questions here? So Joanna, I think I just answered that. Let me see. I know, isn't that crazy how things disappear when you're crafting? I don't know how that works. I tell ya. My ribbon, Marcia, is in this drawer. Can you see that a little bit right there? These are alpha carts, and my ribbon is just lined up in a row. That's how I keep my ribbon. So this table, Donna, that I'm crafting on, I chatted about this earlier this week when I did a live on here. This is an 8-foot long, 30-inch deep piece of countertop that was being thrown away by a business, and I rescued it. So I have one here and one there. They're both 8 feet long. That's my this little room is 8 feet square, so it worked perfect. And I love that it's deep. So that is helpful in being able to have things here on my desk. If you just have a 24-inch deep regular countertop or desk, then you're kind of losing a little bit of that. But you can go to places like Home Depot and fairly inexpensively buy countertops that are deeper if you ever want to replace something. Okay, ribbons, we did that. How deep? Where did you get the item that holds your scissors? Amazon. It's by Boon. It's a Boon organizer, Boon. This one, and it's on Amazon, so you can just search for that. There is a separate, Darlis, there is a separate holder for smaller blends. I don't think they would fit well in the bigger one. 6x6 paper, John, is right. I'm not ever sure what you can see in there, so I'll pick this up and show you. This is in a crate that Stampin' Storage also sells, and you can also get a similar one. This is another iDesign one, but it holds 6-inch wide, and I just have them labeled with dividers from Stampin' Storage, and each different packet has its own little segment. So like Hello Irresistible, and then they're just in a little plastic sleeve. That was a good question. Let's see. Yes, Johanna, I used to have that. She's mentioning the Pampered Chef turntable. I used to use that as well. And then I found that I liked this Boon organizer better, where everything is facing me all at once and I never had to swivel it. So it was just a personal preference. Yeah, Susie, I showed both of the label makers at the beginning, so I'll just mention it super quick, but you can watch the replay for more details. One of them I use is this Brother P-Touch Cube, and the other one is called a Nimbot, Niimbot. Both are on Amazon. I don't know the current price of the Brother. I'm thinking it's around, I don't know, 85. I don't know for sure, but this was under 20. So you can rewatch to see all the details on that. Let's see. 6x6, we did that. Do you know the white paint color Stampin' Storage uses? No, it's just like really bright white. You can see it on my blog though tomorrow when I show the pictures of the ink storage. I don't think they ship to Australia. I do not think so. Thank you so much, all you first timers. So sweet of you. Libby is asking the $1 million question. She says, how about storage for cardstock scraps? Okay, so I just went over this with my team on one of our lives one week. And it's almost a little bit embarrassing, but I'll tell you the truth and I'll tell you the story. So I spent years collecting, well, not collecting, saving, that's the right word, saving scraps from all of my projects, from all of the cardstock colors. And I had big shoe boxes full of scraps, and I would sort them by size. I would sort them by color family. I had boxes and boxes and boxes. And I never ended up using them. Well, not never, but like most of the time, I just didn't go through it. I didn't use them. And they were actually giving me anxiety because they were sitting there taking up space and I didn't use them. So what I did was I contacted our church. There was a preschool associated in the church. I contacted the director of the preschool. I said, would you like some scraps? And I donated old retired punches and a bunch of scraps. And I just gave it all to the preschool. So ever since then, I'll tell you, I feel so free. It's like, whew, weight lifted off my shoulders. The only thing I save is if it's a quarter sheet. And then I have you've seen probably, I'm sure you've seen it, my paper drawer of happiness. And it has all my quarter sheets and my half sheets. And that's all I save. I do not save smaller pieces because I do not use them. Now, I'm sorry if that sounds wasteful. You can use them if you would like. You can donate them if you would like. You can, if you have like grandkids or little kids, that would be perfect. If you want to donate to a classroom, to a teacher's lounge, perfectly wonderful. I, again, just do what works for me. Yes, I had mentioned TJ Maxx. They have lots of great containers. All right, let me see what else. How do I store my punches, Glenda? You can't actually see it in this video, but they're in a drawer. You can kind of see it right there. Hang on. They're in this drawer. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. and they're just lined up. So they're stored this way so that I can see the little image on the top, and they're just lined up in a drawer. Yep, it just showed the punches. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. There was a lot of comments flying by, so hang with me while I get to your comments. Thank you, Mary, for joining in first time. So sweet of you. Johanna is asking, or Jonna, I'm sorry, I keep saying that wrong. I'm sorry. I think it's Jonna. What do I do with the cards I make? Every single card I make gets mailed out to my customers for thank yous. I send between 40 and 60 thank you cards every week. And so every card I make goes right back out the door. There's nothing, I don't have any stored cards, and I'm always needing cards actually. So, yeah, they go right back out the door. So that's what I do with them. Yes, donating to a church, Marianne, perfect. That's a wonderful way to donate your unused supplies. Box of fabrics. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. Are there dividers in your punch drawer? No, they're just all lined up. Like I have circle punches and animal shapes, and then like flowers. So I just kind of divide them like that. Trina says anxiety, scrap anxiety. I know. What is it? Like, it wasn't worth being stressed. So yeah, I just had to get rid of them. What are you doing with the paper pumpkin boxes behind you? Okay, I actually answered that earlier this week on the live as well, but I'll go over that really quickly. Michelle says her Amazon shopping list is growing. And Jonna says, do I ever sleep? Yes, I do. I do. But I work a lot. I will admit that. I work a lot. Elfa cart. Beth, it's Elfa, ELFA, and it is, I don't know if it's like copyrighted. Is that the right word? I get them through Container Store, and I don't know if it's like one of their exclusive brands or if Elfa carts are available worldwide, whatever. Like, I don't know. I've only ever bought them at the Container Store, ELFA, Elfa. How do I store my Stampin' Write markers? Chris-Ann, they are right there in the original container from years and years and years ago. And my ink refills are in this top drawer. I think you'll be able to see that. And they too are by color family. No, sorry, rainbow order. I don't know why I said that. Everything in here is by rainbow order. Okay, so somebody had asked, what about all the paper pumpkin boxes back there and the kits? So this is what I explained earlier this week on the live. Somebody had asked about that as well. My plan each year is that I often buy extra kits, and then I do a Zoom with my sister and one of my sister-in-laws and nieces, and we all Zoom and we craft together, and I mail them all kits. And we've done that for a few years, either at Christmas or maybe mid-year or something. And so I have extra kits that I have ready to send to them to do one of our crafting Zooms. So that's why I have extras of those. Let's see. Thank you, Joanne. Good to see you too. We're just ending. Oh, Julie didn't know I was a penguin lover. Oh my goodness. Yes. I hope that you've maybe seen some of my posts and my videos and our Christmas tree and the whole bit. Yes. Big time penguin lover. Yes. Big time. So, I think I kind of got lost on some. There's so many comments that were flying by. If you have a comment I didn't answer, pardon me, little frog, please repost it right now. And while I'm waiting for you to do that, I want to show you something fun that my husband gave me for Valentine's Day. This is so cute. So, and I ripped the paper to shreds. I should have like taken it off nicely because I got to tell you, it was wrapped up so adorable. So it was wrapped in this sweet paper and this cute little ribbon. Look how cute that is. It was all wrapped up cutely. And so this is hysterical. So I open it up and it's a Hostess fruit pie. Now you have to know, I would never ever in my life eat one of these. This is not my deal. This is his favorite thing. And so I'm kind of like, what? Why are you giving me a fruit pie? Because like part of me knew it had to be a joke. Part of me was like, wait, does he just want this back? Okay, so I opened it up, and this is the cutest thing. Okay, it's a dice, and on the 6 sides, it says pizza, burger, seafood, Italian, Mexican, Asian. Wait, is that all of them? Oh, yeah, I guess that was it. So what it's for is that our usual discussion when he comes home from work is, what do you want for dinner? Because I don't cook a lot. If you know me, I don't cook a lot. It's not my deal. I work way too many hours to worry about meal planning and grocery shopping and cooking and all that. When I slow down, when I get to the point where I don't work so much, maybe I will cook more. He's listening, so I can't promise anything. But anyway, I don't cook a lot. So it's what do you want for dinner? And we're always like, I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Well, we can have this. Well, I had that for lunch. Well, what about this? Well, I don't know. Well, I'm having that tomorrow. Blah, 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 on and on. So now we have a dice. We can roll the dice and it will be like, oh, we're having Asian tonight, which means like we'll go to Panda or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Eric, was this from Amazon?
Yes, it was.
This is from Amazon. So if you want to look for it, I don't know what it's called, like food dice, I don't know what it would be called. But anyway, I thought it was hysterical. But the more hysterical part was this, because I'm like, no way am I eating that thing. That's not my deal. He's smiling. So there you go, everybody. There is your public service announcement for what's for dinner tonight.
There's others with different flavors too.
Oh, okay. So there's other choices if you don't like those 6 choices. Anyway, so let me see. Now let me see if there were comments. Questions that I didn't get to. Okay, Renee uses an over-the-door shoe holder for her punches. That's a great solution. I don't have a door. This is a loft, so there's no wall here and there's no wall here. Those are the only 2 walls, and there's no door. It's just like part of the house upstairs. So if I had a door, that would be a good solution. Let's see. Let me see if there were other questions. Do you ever use gel pens? I don't, Lois. It's something I've always kind of wondered about or wanted to use, but I've never used them. Sorry, I don't have any input for you on that. Marianne doesn't like to cook either. Jonah needs that die. Yep, that die is awesome. Oh, Chris Ann. So she says, every time I watch one of your organizational videos, I see something I didn't know I needed. Yeah, the passport envelopes, those are amazing. Amazing. Yeah, you all are going to go order that dice now, right? Let's see. Nadine has a cherry pie in the cupboard right now. Okay. Oh, Cheryl says, I missed hearing where in your house is your craft room. So this room is upstairs, and it actually was not part of the original design of this home. And if you want to hear the funny story, because it's kind of long, I shared it on my live earlier this week. I encourage you to go watch it because it's a pretty epic story about how this loft came to be. So this is just a loft space upstairs. Downstairs, I have a separate office, and I also explained that in my video earlier this week about the separation of all the business stuff, the computer stuff, the blogging, the catalog shipping, the welcome packets, the prizes, the prize patrol, all that. That all happens downstairs in that office, and this is just my creative space up here. And because he's listening, I have to be honest and say, but I have spilled over into the rest of the house. It just happens. When it's your full-time business, it just happens. So anyway, let's see. Does Jason craft with you? That's my son. Yes, Michelle, that's my son. No, he moved out actually about 5 years ago. So he's not here. He did craft with me when he was little, and I loved that. But no, he has his own place. So nope. Let's see. Thank you, Joanne. She loves my sense of humor. Where are my dies? They are, do you see right behind my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, those wooden boxes from Stampin' Storage? My dies are all located in there, and I can link to that post as well. I've done several posts about how those are organized and labeled. So I will, hang on, I'll add that to my list. Die storage. And you can reference that in my blog post tomorrow as well. No, sorry, I don't provide Amazon links. I'm not an affiliate and I don't provide links. So sorry about that. If you ever come to Austria, you need to see Phillip Island and watch the penguins. Oh, that would be amazing, Christine. That would be amazing. Terry, I love that I have a separate space for crafting as well. However, I honestly wish it was all one space because a lot of these things overlap. And I guess the good news is I'm up and down the stairs all day long. I generally get about 1,000 steps a day just going up and down the stairs. So I guess without that, I would be a little more sedentary. But I do kind of wish it was one big space, but it's all right. It is what it is. And, you know, you make do with what you have. Let's see. Does Stampin' Storage have stores? Yes, they do. In Minnesota, Michelle, they do have an in-person store as well as online. Oh, I see what you're saying about Amazon links. Like I should be earning commission on these. I could. I mean, I get that, but I've just never set that up. But I suppose I could. I mean, I don't know. It's just one more thing to look into and then keep track of, and then taxes and bookkeeping, and I don't know if it's worth it. I've heard people say they get like 2 or 3 cents out of a sale. I don't know if that's worth all the bookkeeping for that, honestly. I mean, if it were hundreds or thousands of dollars, maybe, but 2 or 3 cents per item, I don't know. I don't know. So, I think I caught all of the questions. And what is your best storage item? So I just like went over all that. Mary, if you want, I don't know if you joined in late, but yeah, I just went over my 5 best storage items and all of that. So hopefully I answered that. But if you have a question and you're watching a replay, either on my blog, on YouTube, or on Facebook, put hashtag replay so that I can search for questions later. It helps me a lot. Also, I'll just mention, if you are watching on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, I'm super close to 40,000 subscribers, and I would love to jump over that mark. So you could help me with that if you have not subscribed. Somebody is asking about the red totes. So in the one right here, I have all of my extra Stampin' Seal and Seal Plus refills. And those have a variety of things. Like one of them has envelopes. One has the note cards with envelopes. One has all the empty die envelopes from when you buy dies, because I don't store mine in that. So that's just what's in those. You are welcome, everybody. I'm super glad that you enjoyed that today. I know that everybody loves to organize and to see how other people organize and to get tips. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. The $3 million, I have about 22,000 left to go. And then somebody was asking about this chair. It's a bungee. See, these are like bungee cords. It's from Container Store. I got this years ago, but they still have it. This is like the best chair on earth. I love this chair. So yeah, Container Store. You're welcome, everybody. I have a little bit of 12 by 12 cardstock. It's right there. I don't ever use it, like ever, never. So I don't even know why I have it, but anyway. Yeah, Elisa, please watch the replay. We are just ending, but I would encourage you to watch the replay. Thank you, everybody, for joining in live. I am so happy to share fun things with you and hear your input. And we will be back to crafting next Friday for our Friday Live. And have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye.